Welcome back. I like to read about United States of America or USA. I like to read about it on Wikipedia, but I use the Flight Radar 24. Just looking at the New York City area is super large. I'm using the Flight Radar 24. And I'm reading on Wikipedia. So I think I will make a special videos just for United States. I hope I could travel to United States one day, but that's really far away. That's living in Europe, living in Denmark, in Scandinavia, north of Germany, close to Copenhagen. And that's really far away. That's another got big Atlantic Ocean. And it's very large country. And you have a lot of 300-400 million firearms. You have a lot of armored people, because it's the only country in the whole world private people can legally own firearms. So that's a lot of shooting. And there's a lot of homeless and mentally ill people on the streets. There's a lot of crimes. There's many 100,000 of illegal immigrants from Central America, North, South America that travel illegal to United States. And they make a lot of crime. They're selling drug and drug things. And I'm cooking my hot foods. So, and I have to fry some cheap onions. So in my world, United States is not a safe country to travel. If you travel with a low income, if like me I have a Danish low pension, I will have to use trains, local train and buses. I have to travel cheap. Oh, I should get a driver. I don't have a driver license for a car. But I should get that driver license. Then it's much safer to drive in your own car than use like subway trains in New York City. I follow on my Twitter. My Twitter you call X, the social media X. I follow a lot of stuff from United States. I know there's a lot of crime in the New York metro, the New York subway. There's a lot of homeless people are sleeping there. There's a lot of robberies, and the mental ill people go there. And drunk people, a lot of illegal immigrants. So that's not safe way to travel around in the New York City area. To do it by subway, we should do it by electric bicycle or Uber or by your own car. And so that's a little bit scary to fly to New York. I'm age 60 and I have to move around New York City area by public transport, subway, public transport, buses, bus stations. Probably there's a lot of crime around subway stations and bus stations, because this is where people with a low income, they're using this kind of transport. And in my world, United States is not as safe, but it's very big, and they have a lot of big national parks. And most people they have read up, they have seen something from United States, from all the American movies. I'm cooking my food. I have to pay attention to my hot foods. So, and my nose is dripping. I have to do this with my onions. I'm frying my onions in olive oil. That's some of the cheapest food you can make. If you buy like olive oil, that's real, but you can buy some cheaper sunflower oil and onions. I got this onion like $1.50, actually this $1, 5 Danish kroner, like 7 cents. I got this like this $1. I just eat it with soy sauce and curry rice. So that's very cheap. I just add some cheap curry and salt and rice. And rice is still cheap. You can buy rice like this $3. Actually, a little bit more than $2. 16 Danish kroner, like $2.20. So I have to clean my nose. So let's do that. Let's make some video about United States. So when I'm looking at the flight radar about New York or something else, I can make some video in English and talk about it. Like yesterday I was follow the big Hudson River from New York. I did follow inside to where the Hudson River starts in a lake very far away, like 300 miles away or 500 kilometers. And when I get a stronger computer, I will buy the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And of course I will fly around a lot in the United States. I like to fly around and take a look of the New York City metro area and the Long Island and up north part, and of course all the desert areas, Arizona, Las Vegas, all the desert areas, Phoenix, all the south, and Florida of course, and the Florida Keys. I will have to look at Chicago, Great Lakes area, and California, of course Hawaii, and of course Alaska. I will fly around there in the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Then I could read about the different, but there's many states, a lot of reading, take many weeks and months to reading. And when I'm looking something, a desert or something in United States or city, I could make some video about it. I don't know yet how to do it. So for now I'm just reading a bit about the New York City metro. I'm just reading, and maybe tomorrow I can make some video. I'm looking at the New York City metro area and talk in English. I use the flight radar 24, I use the satellite photos because I use the airplane as cameras. I follow if I like to look at area, I just follow the aircraft and zoom in. If I like to look at a desert area, I just follow aircraft and zoom in and look the ground textures, the ground satellite photos. But I feel a little bit tired today. Actually I do that every day. I'm tired and sleepy every day. Because I'm just getting up in the morning. Every morning I just try to get up before 9 a.m. no matter how late I sleep. So I'm always sleepy because I sleep very late, like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Not always, but I do that because sometimes I record video to like 11 p.m. Then I start to watch Netflix or YouTube like 1-2 hours, then suddenly it's 1 a.m. in the night or 2 a.m. I like to watch YouTube movie and stuff late in the evening when I'm finished recording video. Now Donald Trump is president again in the United States. So now we have a new kind of Trump government in the United States doing all kind of stuff. And this Elon Musk from Tesla and SpaceX. He have his Dutch Department of Government Effectivity. He's cutting down on all kind of federal service that they close the US aid. They lay off a lot of federal workers in the American state, closing down federal credit cards, tens of thousands of credit cards, and social security numbers and stuff. But the United States is close to going broke because the government spending is way too big compared with the tax income. So they need to do something. If not, United States should go broke, go bankrupt. So actually that could be good. Actually could be good to make a balance in federal state spending and tax income. There need to be kind of a balance. You cannot have many trillions of dollars different. So you need to have same kind of tax income. The tax income to the federal government needs to be about the same of the government spending. And the federal government in the United States, they're spending the money a total crazy way. They're really spending a lot of money, all kind of weird programs. They do that. And the military really use a lot of money on the military. But I'm living at different kind of country. If I was living in the United States, I will living in a paper box. I will be a poor man maybe. I have a Danish pension. I'm one of the poor in my country, Denmark. I have a Danish pension like a little bit more than $2,000 after tax. But $2,000 in the United States, you cannot even renting an apartment. Apartment is in this New York City metro area. I think you cannot renting anything less $1,000 or less $2,000. So that's the problem. If you have a very low income, like if you're working in the fast food, if you're working some of the American fast food chains like McDonald's or all kind of burger or chicken or in fast food, and you have $20 hours, then that's really difficult. So if you have a rent $2,000-$3,000 if you have to pay a high rent, just a small 2-room apartment, 1 or 2-room apartment, like $2,000. You have, and you need money for a car, because there's big distance in the United States. Probably you need a car, and you need some fuel, you need some gas, fuel and gas for this car to get to work, and you need to buy some food, and you need to pay electricity bill and cell phone bill, and you need to pay internet connection. Maybe need to pay some kind of insurance. You cannot do that just like $2,000 after tax. So there's a lot of low income, millions of low income families in the United States. They really have a hard time because they have a low income, and there's costs a really lot of money to pay a rent apartment. And to buy apartment, to buy a house is only for like super rich people, costing like many hundreds of thousands of dollars. So like $500,000. I think even a small house costs $500,000. And if in this New York City metro area, I think you cannot buy a house less $1 million. And who have $1 million? If you have an income like $20 or $30, $20 to $30 every hour, how should you saving many hundreds of thousands to buy a home? And you not have this social security network like in Scandinavia. If you lose your money, if you lose your life saving, you can end up on the street very fast. It's not like my country. If you don't have any money, you can go to the county and apply to get some money. You can get benefit, social security and pensions. I think you can get something you can get in the United States. You can get some kind of social security and food stamps. They have some kind of pensions to war veterans, military, from the veterans from the military. But not like my countries, like Sweden, Norway. So you can actually, if you're losing your life, if you have no saving and you're losing your work, and if you have too much, you can just ending up the street. You can ending up sleeping in a tent. So that's tens of thousands of people there sleeping on the streets in tents. They just put up a tent on the pavement. Like in the Skid Row area in Los Angeles, we have a lot of homeless, but many of these homeless, they're using drugs. They are addicted. They're addicted to drugs, and there are many are mental ills. But you have many normal people with a low income. They're living in the cars. They're sleeping on the parking in front, like Walmart. They're sleeping in big parkings, like in front of Walmart and supermarkets. Some buying old caravans, old RV cars, and use for home, and trailer homes, trailer park homes, and many use boats. You can buy a cheap power boats and use for home, or cheap sailboats. They have to do that because housing is super expensive, but you have a lot. We can do that in the United States because you have a lot of lakes and rivers. You have many big lakes and big rivers. You can living in a boat. But that you need to have a kind of income because you need to have food. You need to eat some food every day. But maybe if I should travel to the United States, I think I should have somebody to help me, a travel companion to support me. I can help me buy all kind of tickets and hotel rooms and have a driver license for a car. And on YouTube I could maybe get more subscribers if MONGO TV goes to America. Go to America and record a lot of video. And I like this ultralight airplane, small ultralight airplane in the United States. You not need a pilot license. It just need to be below 230 American pound, I think. So you can actually fly a small ultralight aircraft in the United States without any pilot license. But I think you cannot fly urban areas. You cannot fly around like New York, but you can follow a beach like the Long Island. You could follow a long beach. You can fly in a desert area, but it have only 5 gallons of fuel, so you cannot fly a very big distance. You can only legally have 5 gallons of fuel in a fuel tank. But some ultralight aircraft actually flying a long distance, but that cost a lot of money, like $10,000 second hand. But that I think about I could do, buy an old ultralight aircraft like $10,000, then go flying in the United States. You not need any pilot license, or you can take this called American sports pilot license. But I think you maybe need to be a citizen in the United States to do that. Because I think you need some kind of insurance, you need a driver license or something. But maybe you need to be a citizen in the United States. But I could find a pretty American woman and get married. We could go to Las Vegas, get married, then I could get some kids. Then my kids will be American. So maybe we can do that. Go to United States, go to all the Hooters and Twin Peak restaurants, and go to ask for dating. If they like to dating an old fat dude from Denmark, old bald dude from Denmark, lying burgers and fast food. But you cannot do that. You cannot say fat. If not, you need to say obesity. You cannot say stuff like this, because then you can get sued. You cannot call a very fat person fat, because then they can sue you in the courts. I have to say obesity. My stomach is very obesity, not fat stomach, you cannot say that. And I had recorded a video for YouTube many years. So there's a lot of rules of YouTube, what stuff you can say and do also. So that's like, because YouTube is American. So I just behave like I do, try to speak nice, not use bad words, not using the F word and the N words. Just behave nice and be respectful. Be respectful to like police, call them sir and madam. Yes ma'am, and yes sir. Excuse me sir. Excuse me sir, can you please help me? Tell me where is the station? So we need to be very polite, but it's always pay off. It's pay off to be polite in general. But now United States is very divided because Donald Trump is president again. They only have two political parties in the United States. They have only this Republicans and the Democrats. So that's a little bit weird. In my country we have many different, it's not just red and blue. We have many different kind of political parties you can vote. So, but in the United States you only have two political parties. So the country is very divided in Democrats and Republicans, and they dislike each other, and they're not talking very nice on social media. So but I could talk about this later. I like to eat my foods. Actually, I think my rice is finished. So I will eat my food, then I can talk a bit. I can talk a bit later. I need to eat my foods.